Okay, it's recording. I'm calling to order the exec committee meeting 1:04 p.m. I'd like to start off with a territorial acknowledgement. We respectfully acknowledge that we are on unceded territories. Fantastic. Now we go to roll call. And the way I'm going to do it now is I'm going to go to every single person inside the Zoom meeting. I'm going to ask if they're present. And then after that, we will automatically mark everyone else on this roll call list to be absent, which makes the most sense to me. We can start off from, we can start off from the list. We can start with me. Yeah, I'm present. I'm here. Access needs are just fine. Thank you kindly. Do we have Ashley Flett?
Yes, you do. Hi, I'm a guest for this meeting. My name is Ashley Flett, they, she, they pronouns. I'm the vice chair of council and all my access needs are met for today.
Fantastic. Thank you kindly. Io, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Name is Io, pronouns are him, all access needs are met.
Thank you very much. Councilor Leonardo?
Hi, I'm VP Internal. My pronouns are she, her. My access needs are met. Thank you.
Okay. Jad, VP Finance.
Hi everyone, my name is Jad, VP Finance. Pronouns are he, him, his, and my access needs are met.
Thank you kindly. Nancy, are you here?
Hi, my name is Nancy, VP External. My pronouns are she, her, and all my access needs are met.
Thank you very much. Society staff. Oh, before that, Thomas, VP Academic, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. My access needs are met. Pronouns he, him.
Okay, fantastic. And unless I have missed anyone here, I'm going to move on to staff. Sindhu, how are you doing?
Good. Pronouns she, her, hers. All my access needs are met. Thanks.
Fantastic. 1778 guest, how are you doing?
Hi, it's Priyanka. I'm stuck in traffic and my Zoom won't work, so I'm dialing in. Yeah, my name's Priyanka, pronouns she, her. I'm VP Equity and my access needs are met.
Cool. Thank you. Yes, I do believe that is everyone. And okay. We can now go to the, oh, pardon me, Samaya, you got a hand raised?
Yeah. So today I'm joining your meeting because it's the first meeting that Yadi is taking the minutes. So I'm here to support her with her questions. Hi everyone, this is Somaya. My pronouns is she, her, and all my access needs are met. I'll pass it on to Yadi.
Hello, my name is Yadi. I'm the administrative assistant working with Samaya, and I'll be typing the notes. My access needs are met and pronouns she, her.
Thank you very much. It's very nice to meet you, Yadi.
Nice to meet you all.
Okay, we can now go to the consent agenda. Be it resolved to adopt the consent agenda by unanimous consent. And inside we have matters arising from the minutes, 2023-06, and the HRP appointment one submitted by VP External. We're basically appointing a counselor for HRP this council year. Any discussion on this? No, then I see that it would be carried.
Oh, Ashley listed.
You missed my list, Liam.
Oh, sorry. I need to open up the
chat. Yeah, that would be.
I see your list, Ashley. My apologies. Go for it.
Can I go ahead?
Yes.
Yeah, I actually asked Nancy to submit this motion. If I recall correctly, the motion, I don't have the agenda in front of me, just says non-executive counselor. You would need to make a friendly amendment in order to actually appoint the counselor you would wish to like have in that slot. You can't just appoint X. Which actually one of the reasons why I am here is I would like to put myself forward as that counselor. Traditionally, this is how the HRP appointment has been done for the last 2 years, or last 2 elections, sorry. I was the previous HRP non-executive counselor, so I just wanted to kind of get the ball rolling on that one. Thank you.
Oh, I see. So should we amend this one then?
Yeah, you should seek a friendly amendment.
Okay. You remind me what the wording should be again.
Yeah, so you just want to strike X and replace it, or Counselor X and replace it with Gender Studies Student Union Counselor Ashley Flett, and then seeking unanimous consent.
Got it. Ashley Flett. Do HRP. You got a direct response.
I do. I just see Sindhu's comment in chat. We could move it to new business. I just know that for the previous 2 times this has occurred, it hasn't been moved to new business, but if you'd like, it could be. If that would be smoother.
Okay, anyway, I'm putting the wording into the chat. That is very good. So now we can carry the amended consent agenda by unanimous consent. We can move on to the adoption of the agenda. I move. Would anyone like to second?
VP Internal.
Internal seconds, be it resolved to adopt the agenda as presented. I'd like to add a few things to this. For the new business item, anything that is going to be, I believe, what was the wording? X camera, the stuff that's going to be inside the recording. I'd like to add a few things, which first of all would be reimbursement. Oh, right. Leah, can you remind me, do we have the motion here for your reimbursement for the printer?
I don't think so. For
Let's
the
check.
printer.
Environmental Studies AVP appointment. Nope. That is not it. In camera, X camera. Absolutely not. So that's the case. Then I say we call that. I'm going to call it printer reimbursement. All right. Let's add another thing. We're going to call this one oscilloscope replacement for Eng Labs. And then there's going to be another one, SFU presentation. That is just about it. And also for the in-camera session, the parts that's not going to be recorded, I will add the items I want to add below. We're going to be real vague with the naming. One of them is going to be contract signing. Another one is going to be a certain grant. One of them is going to be a certain decision to give a boardroom. And then another one's going to be called the engineering room. And then another one, possible impeachment stuff. Okay, these are my amendments. And yes, I'm going to be moving all of these as a batch, every single one of these things. Ayo, you got the list.
Yeah, I'm sorry, ignore what I just currently posted. That was an accident. I'm trying to.
Hey, sorry to interrupt, but point of order, Liam, you didn't get a mover or seconder or seeking unanimous consent on moving your batch of amendments?
Oh no, I was about to ask for that. I know what you're saying. I was just
Io's list was for previously, I believe, unless it isn't. Sorry.
No, right. No, I saw Io's list and I sort of ran over him to like add all this stuff. So I'm going to listen to his list first and then move in second, you know?
Could you give me a moment? I'm trying to type out the motion I want to have added on.
Okay, please do.
Yeah.
I ignore this first one, is that right?
Yes.
Let me see if I can delete it.
I should be able to. Yeah, it's gone.
Wait, Ashley, if these are the things I want to add on, right? And then I also has things that he wants to add on. So do I move my additions or do I wait until I was done adding his stuff on and we move all of this stuff together?
You move both. So you'll need a mover and seconder for your batch, and then you'll need a mover and seconder for whatever IO wants to amend on as well.
Completely understood. So as far as my additions go, I move. May I get a second?
Internal.
Internal seconds. Thank you kindly. Okay.
Seek unanimous consent as well, Liam.
Right, but is this a unanimous consent? Is this
Yeah,
unanimous consent going to be to add these things onto it or to recognize this as an amendment?
Both. You are amending the agenda, so you're going to seek unanimous consent on amending the agenda to include your items.
Fantastic. Okay. So let's seek unanimous consent right now. Is everyone all right with this? Sounds about right. Thank you kindly, everyone. Now it's moved unanimously. Io, how's it going?
Almost done. Almost done.
Very nice. As Io is typing his stuff out. Oh, never mind. He's done. Whereas Summerfest is an event happening on the 28th of June, whereas the first ESAC meeting is on the 27th, and various arrangements need to be made post haste, including food, souvenirs, and room bookings. Be a resolve from the SFSS Council approves $1,000 from 817-20. Io, could you remind me what that is again?
That is the events committee line. So that's the events committee budget line. Also, can you change the council to the executive committee? It's just that like the event is going to happen on the 28th. Our first meeting is going to be on the 27th, and we need to make like some arrangements for that time, obviously. And so we just needed a way to access the budget.
I see. Makes sense to me. All right, I second, seeking unanimous consent to add this onto the agenda. It seems that we are all good, fantastic. So now, be it resolved to adopt the agenda as amended.
Wait, Liam, could you amend that to say SFSS Executive Committee instead of council? Just like a carryover.
I want to see if I can copy and paste this stuff. Yikes.
Yeah. Let me.
No, how about this? How about this? You take the stuff that you typed down, put down the message again. I'll just delete this one.
There we go.
Thank you very much. All right then. Once again, be it resolved to adopt the agenda as amended, seeking unanimous consent for this one. Fantastic that this carries unanimously. We can now move to issue of new business. We can start off with this one, 8.1, reimbursement of conference funds to VP Finance and VP Internal. So about 2 weeks ago, VP Finance and Internal went on a student care trip to Montreal. This motion is to ensure that all travel and food is covered under the conferences line item in this year's budget. Oh, okay then. I move. May I get a seconder?
Internal.
Internal seconds, fantastic. Do we have any discussion on this?
I can say it's gonna be about $100 each. It's not that much.
Oh,
That's-
okay. I don't think there is anything else. We can make this reimbursement really quick.
Ashley listed.
Oh, sorry, Ashley.
Yeah, just a quick question. Should the amount of money that is being, it just says necessary funds, should it reflect the amount of money that is actually being approved in the motion, or is this fine?
Jad had an answer for that in the chat. Jad, if you want to talk about it, I think, yeah.
Yeah, I can mention real quick. So actually, so this is our first time doing this, something like this. So traditionally what would have happened is we would have actually had an approved budget before we went to the conference meeting. This would have been done in the previous exec meeting, but we didn't know about this. So we're adding it now just to reimburse us for what we did, for the money that we did spend. Leah is right. It's going to be roughly around about $100 each. We can count up all the receipts real quickly. If Leah has access to them, she can. I can just do it myself right now if you want. But usually something like this, we would have a preset amount that we cannot go over approved, but in an exec meeting. It's just since it's our first time doing this, we just didn't know.
Oh, I retract my list. I want to go after Cindy.
Great. So can we amend this just to say, be it resolved that the exec committee approves the allocation of up to $250 from the conference line item for this, if you think that will cover it?
Yeah, 250 is plenty. That's like way over what we spend. So yeah, that'll be fine.
Okay, I want to say inside my list that unless this goes directly against a certain bylaw and we physically can't do this, I'm perfectly fine with wording things this way on the future. As far as exec meetings go, for council, yeah, council, it might be a very good idea to have an exact number just to pin something down, but inside an exec meeting where I prefer things go relatively quickly. And second of all, more importantly, I kind of trust everyone here. We can see allocation of the necessary funds and we reimburse the receipt later on. I am perfectly fine with that process. unless anyone else disapproves. Sindhu,
I would recommend still having the number here because we're still accountable for council and we want to be transparent. So I don't think there's any harm in putting up to amount just to, you know, encompass that as well. So I think we should just follow past practice and the standard and ensure that we're setting the lead here to make sure that council does the same going
okay,
forward.
fair enough, fair enough. However, if no one puts any number down, then it's implied that the amount goes all the way up to 5,000, which in this case sounds absolutely absurd. But as far as transparency to council goes, for situations like this, no one's going to look at it and see corruption. I don't see that happening. Let's assume that we get questioned and we pull up the actual receipt and the receipt goes to $116. The issue goes over very quickly. I don't see any harm in this, but that is my perspective. Nancy?
My list was actually for Priyanka because she couldn't do it since she's driving, but she can take over now. She's like,
Yeah, sorry. I don't know how to list when I'm dialing in, but I'm Nancy, put it in chat. I do think that we should add the number for transparency. I understand that like we have spoken to Chad and Lee about the trip, so we're aware, but just for our membership and for council, I do think we should have the number. Just because we're exempt doesn't make us exempt from that. So if everyone's cool with it, I'm on board with adding it. And also thank you, Nancy, for listening for me.
Okay, noted. Leonardo?
Yeah, I do think we need to add a number to it. What Sindhu said, like up to $250, I think that's perfectly fine. Also, I 100% trust everybody on this team, but yeah, what you said about corruption, I don't know, from outside people's point of view, it could seem like somebody's, am I moving to amend the thing? Sure. What do I say again? Because I forget how to say stuff. How do I amend this? Okay, Ashley, help.
Hi, yeah, so it seems like both you and Priya want to amend this. So what you would say, Leonardo, in this case is just I move to amend the motion. I don't know exactly how you want to amend the be it resolved clause, but perhaps strike or maybe say I want to include approves the allocation of the necessary funds up to I think Cindy said $250 from the conference line item, and then just keep the rest of it the same. So just say I move that, and that's how you would move it. And then Liam would need a seconder, and then to seek unanimous consent.
Okay, then.
All right, they can have it. Okay.
Okay.
Well, if you move it, I second.
Okay. So we're gonna
Unanimous consent.
wait. We're gonna change the instead of allocation of the necessary funds, or no, we're gonna change. We're gonna say allocation of the necessary funds up to.
I believe it's 250.
Okay. Okay, sounds good. I move. Can I get a seconder?
Yeah, I second, President. All right. With that being said, seeking unanimous consent for the amendment, and there is no dissent. So this will be carried as amended. Congratulations, Leah and Jad. You two are officially reimbursed up to 250. Oh, sorry, Ashley.
Sorry, Liam, you passed the amendment. You didn't actually pass the motion itself. You need to seek unanimous consent on both. Sorry.
No worries. That will be coming up right now. So, wait, did I move in sec? Yeah, I'll move it. I'll move for the amended motion. May I get a second?
Internal.
Internal. Oh, I've been told to type the exact wording of the be it resolved clause in the chat. That is, yikes. That's surprisingly unpleasant. I'm not sure if Zoom even allows such a thing. No, actually, I'm fine. Up to. this year's budget, and I'm assuming that's the only amendment we're doing. I will be adding it into yeah. Okay. You can see the amendment down there. And as long as everyone approves, I would like to move. May I get a second? Internal seconds for the amended motion. I shall now be seeking unanimous consent for the amended motion. Thank goodness. Now this carries as amended. Congratulations, Leon and Jad, you've officially been reimbursed, and we've done something this meeting. 8.2 time Environmental Science Student Union grant. This is submitted by VP Finance. Okay, I move. May I get a second?
Oh my gosh, internal. Somebody else second.
Yikes. Okay, internal seconds. Thank you. So whereas the Environmental Science Student Union applied for a grant towards their Portland experiential learning trip in April 2023, was eligible for $4,851.12. Be it resolved to reimburse the Environmental Science Student Union $4,330.87 from 5077G for their grant request. Yeah, I will list. Chad, can you tell me more about this?
Yeah, so well, in regards to this grant, so the Environmental Science Student Union, they went to Portland for a bit of like a training thing, kind of. Sindhu does have more information regarding this, but they did request a grant for their own kind of personal development. I think Sindhu can tell you more on it, but this is all the information I have as of now. It seems good to push this through. I mean, I don't see why we wouldn't, but let's see Sindhu's list before we, you know.
Okay, Sindhu, you can take over. And oh, by the way, could you please explain just a little bit about what experiential learning means in this context? Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. So just to start off, this is a regular grant that went through our process and was they were told they were eligible for a certain amount. So this is only coming to exec because it's over the 3,000 that we can approve. So I think for this trip, what they did is they went to Portland. They talked to policy analysts and professors at Portland State University. They did some tours while they were there, and they looked into the role of unhoused population in Portland. I think they also did a project with the Oregon Zoo and had discussions around the balance between zoos provision of funding for scientific study and species conservation efforts. So that's what their trip entailed. So they do have a detailed a breakdown of everything they spent, and I can send that to execs later if you have any questions about it, but they ultimately spent less than what they were granted. So I think this is a reasonable extent.
Makes sense, makes sense. I would agree with that. Would most of their costs be for traveling expenses and like hotels and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's for travel, it's for partaking in certain discussions, so there are actual activities there, and yeah, accommodation as well.
Oh, that's actually fantastic. So this grant seems very reasonable. I completely agree. So let's just say in another context, hypothetically, if someone were to go to an engineering competition in Istanbul and their bill racked up quite a bit, would they go through this exact same motion and get reimbursed that way as well?
So this group applied for this grant beforehand, so it just applied through, and I think this is one of those things that was lost between the exec transition, because they actually went end of April, beginning of May. So normally this would have just already been approved before they went, but it just so happens that I got caught in the same kind of transition that we experienced with other clubs and student unions in the past. So that's why we're doing this as a reimbursement process.
Right, makes sense, but my scenario, would that still apply here? Even if the reimbursement is going to be asked for after they've already spent the thing?
Ideally, that would be a grant that was applied to before the group actually went on their trip. So, I mean, that could be something that is put through the granting process, but it wouldn't be following proper process.
Yikes, okay, never mind that. All right. I am seeking unanimous consent. Well, there is no dissent, so this motion will carry. Fantastic. We now move on to 8.3, external appointment. This is submitted by VP External. Where is? Do we all need me to read everything here? No, I think we're fine. I move. May I get a second? May I get a second? Nancy.
Oh my gosh.
Second.
That sounded like Io. Io seconds. Thank you very much. Be resolved. External and community fairs until April 30th. Okay, good. Seeking unanimous consent. There is no dissent. This motion also carries. Fantastic. Now move on to 8.4. This is submitted by VP Internal. I move. May I get a second?
Internal.
Internal seconds once again. So where's this council policies? They might appoint associate vice presidents.
It's the same thing. It's just appointing Ashley as my AVP.
Oh, I remember this one. Very good. Seeking unanimous consent. There's no dissent. This carries unanimously. Okay. We can go in camera now. I move. May I get a second?
Internal.
Internal seconds once again. Be a result to go in camera for the remainder of the meeting. Any discussions before we go into voting?
No.
No? Okay then, seeking unanimous consent. No dissent. We are now officially going to go in camera. I'm going to stop recording. All right, it's being recorded. Be it resolved to go X camera for the remainder of the meeting. I move. Make it a second.
Internal.
Internal seconds. Fantastic. We are officially X camera for the remainder of the meeting. Let's take a look at this. What? No, there's like 3 people talking. Are we all right with adjourning it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, okay. I move. May I get a second?
Second, I second.
My God, Thomas seconds. Be a result to adjourn the meeting at 2:54 p.m. Carried. No dissent. No dissent from anyone.
Yeah, nobody dissents. Go on, let's go.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. 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 Goodbye, everyone.